and simply because of the violation of the rule of anti-doping, and that is the whereabout violation. There is a lot of talks about Elijah Manangoi. Remember, for him, he is a world beater and he knows how sweet it is to win the world title. But so sad, he will be missing in action for the next 2 years. Let me tell you some of the things that he actually violated. Remember, the Athletes Commission on Anti-Doping Rule violation, for him, the whereabouts, if you miss 3 chances of being tested, then you have violated that rule. For him, he missed a test on the 3rd July 2019. He also missed a second test, which was supposed to be carried on 12th November 2019. And finally, the third test that he missed was on 22nd December 2019. Now, let me tell you what exactly transpired during these instances. And I will start with the first instance, the second instance, and then finally the third instance. And actually, let's hear what actually Elijah Manangoi had to say in his case. For Elijah Manangoi, his argument in regards to the first whereabout of failure, which is the missed test on July 3rd, 2019, in a summary, he's saying that on 2nd July 2019, his connecting flight from Frankfurt to Nairobi had been delayed. And consequences, he had to arrive Nairobi later than the expected time. So for him, he's also saying the luggage that he was having at that particular time was also lost in the bag that he was traveling with. So he did not have an option to go and stay at his home. So he resorted to staying at a hotel where he said that that is where he slept, near the airport. So it made him not get to his home at the required time. But the Athletics Integrity Unit have said for them that is simply negligence, because nothing was done in regards to updating what exactly had transpired. The second mixed test is on 12th November 2019. And for the 12th November 2019, just in summary, the athlete, and this is Elijah Manangoi, he's saying that on the morning of 12th November 2019, he had been returning home from a night shift. Remember, he is a police officer, and he's saying that there was a lot of traffic, and that traffic made him not to be at the designated time and the place where he was supposed to be when the anti-doping officers were coming to collect his samples. But when the Athletics Integrity Unit actually have taken this in consideration, they've also said it is simply negligence. This particular time, actually, Manangoi tried to explain and say what exactly had transpired, but the AIU said they will not buy that. That is negligence, and nothing can be done to avert the decision that they have taken. On the third instance, this is the time that he missed a test on 22nd of December. 22nd of December, and the year again is 2019. Now, in this, Elijah Manangoi has tried to argue that he was injured since 27th of August 2019, and yes, we know he was missing in action for quite a number of those months. And in December 2019, he had traveled to Austria to receive further diagnosis and treatment in respect to the injury that he had. So for him, he's saying that he had actually attached the explanation and the documents and everything, and he's saying that at this particular time, he had a delegate who he had given the responsibility for him to change his whereabouts because he was not in the country at that particular time. So for this instance, he's saying that the delegate, the person who actually he had given the responsibility, did not take into account that when he was coming back to the country, the time actually that he was supposed to have already been, that to have already actually, sorry, I'll repeat that. The time that actually he was supposed to give his samples had already elapsed. So the person who filed for him did not put that into account. So that tells you that he would not be there for him to take that test. So for him, he's saying, not for my own doing, but the Athletics Integrity Unit have just brushed that off. And again, they have said, you did not do what you're supposed to do. And again, they have termed that as negligence. So for Elijah Manangoi, those are the 3 instances that actually he has missed. And for that, he has been punished and he will be out for 2 years. So for them, they're saying a period of ineligibility of 2 years, and that is commencing the date of the third whereabout failure pursuant to Article 1010, sub 2B of the anti-doping rule from 22nd December 2019 to 21st December of 2021, you will not be seeing Elijah Manangoi compete in any race. So it is very, very vital for athletes to always say where they are supposed to be. If you are in that pool where they say the testing pool, and you need actually to be known where exactly you will be at a certain particular time. But in that regard, Elijah Manangoi has received this information. For him, he's saying, yes, I know, I ought to have taken a full responsibility. In a statement actually that is coming from Elijah Manangoi, he's saying, I have received the verdict from the AIU, and as I sit here, I have acknowledged that I made a mistake on my whereabout of failures, and I have accepted their decision, though it will be difficult to forgive myself. I'm sorry for disappointing my country, Athletics Kenya, and management, and my coach, and all whom I have betrayed their trust. I would like to urge my fellow athletes, both in Kenya and abroad, to seriously take care of their own whereabouts to avoid unnecessary sanction. It seems simple, but a slight mistake can be costly at the end. It is shameful. I am a clean athlete, and I will be back on the track with and win right. That actually is a statement from Elijah Manangoi. But think about it, for Elijah Manangoi, nobody is saying that he tested positive for any substance. The only issue is he was not where he was supposed to be at 3 instances where he was supposed to be tested. And that is a rule violation. And with that, he gets a 2-year beating on the cards. It is always smiles to see a boxer come back and go in that ring and be able to star. I'm talking about